Hi, I'm Marcus Jackman, the pastor at Copper Hills Church in Harriman, Utah. This is Gleanings, feasting on the Word of God in the margins of everyday life, a series of video devotions. You can find out more about our church at copperhills.church, and to make sure you don't miss any of our videos and you get notifications when our worship services go on live stream, you can sign up, click like, and subscribe to this channel. And thanks for watching. So this spring, I started seeing something new to me. Maybe it was here last year. Last spring was our first one in Utah, but I've spent a bit more time outside because the pandemic isn't as big an issue right now. One of the things I noticed were these massive dandelions. I was running, you can see this picture of dandelion puffball with my hand for perspective. It was a massive thing. I guess everything is really bigger out west, right? So these dandelion puffs, I found some blowing into our courtyard. They're hearty and they're firm. You can pick one up and gently toss it, but they're light enough to still be carried great distances by the wind. So I've been puzzled and semi-amazed by these dandelions. Because the place we just came from, South Carolina, the dandelions were confusing and different there too. These long, gangly, spindly things. I think these are actually called false dandelions. But I had spent most of my adult and entire life thinking, well, dandelions are dandelions. These are the dandelions that I grew up with, the low-spreading, lawn-killing little jerkwads from the Midwest. But it turns out, as I've learned, dandelion suffering looks different in each part of the country where I've lived. So what's the point? My point is, first, dandelions are trials from the pit of hell. That's my perspective. And my trials look different than yours. There are principalities that differ region to region, spiritually speaking. There are different seasons in my life, in your life, where the Lord brings certain trials into my life that don't look like the trials that He's brought into your life. But they're all dandelions. They're all trials. And the Lord is our master. The Lord is the one to whom we appeal. We don't make any profit from comparing trials to one another or passing judgment on one another for whatever the Lord is doing in my sister or my brother's life. Romans 14:4 says, "Who are you to pass judgment on the servant of another? It is before his own master that he stands or falls, that he will be upheld, for the Lord is able to make him stand." When I judge how you do with your dandelions, with your trials, living in a different area than I'm living in, when I'm passing judgment on you, I'm acting like your master. I'm acting like I understand what you should be doing, and I understand all of the difficulties that this trial has brought to your life. I tell you how you ought to deal with your dandelions. And some of the trials, it would be hurtful actually to compare them to dandelions. Some of the sufferings, some of the pains that we endure when we judge each other on those things, when we say, snap out of it, or come on, man, it's been a year, aren't you over the loss of your father, or the loss of a job, or the loss of a spouse. When we pass judgment on those things, we're acting like each other's master. And that hurts when it happens to you. I think we all know that. How often do we unwittingly or unintentionally do it to one another and pass judgment on them when the Lord has brought this trial to them? And the Lord is the one who is able to make them stand. Not my good advice, not my urging, not my helpful/unhelpful advice. The Lord is the one who is able to make them stand. So we don't pass judgment on one another. I am not your master. I am not the one who tells you how to deal with the dandelions and the trials and the pains of your life. That is something between you and the Lord, and me and the Lord, my relationship with Him over the issues going on with me. So let's not pass judgment on one another. Let's know that things differ person to person, just as dandelions differ region to region. Let us commend each other to the Lord, our common master. That is where your answers are for your trials. That is where my answers are for my trials. Bless you today.